Hello and welcome to another one of these ADD videos. Today we're going to be looking at a sine graph with a vertical transformation there of +3. So business as usual to begin with. Start by finding your amplitude as always. Absolute value of the -2 is going to be a 2. Frequency is the coefficient of your x, in this case 4. Absolute value of that number. And then the period is going to be 2 pi over that frequency, 4, in this case pi over 2. And then the phase shift left and right is going to be 4x plus pi equal to 0, negative pi over 4, or I guess I'm skipping a step, sorry about that. Divide both sides by 4. Set up your fundamental cycle transformation endpoints. So we're trying to figure out where it begins and ends now. Technically, we've already found out that it begins at negative pi over 4. All we really need is the ending. Subtract pi everywhere. Divide by 4. Okay, and then the difference between these two should be your period. Let's check that real quick. Make sure we're on the right track. So 2 negatives make a positive, so that's 2 pi over 4, which is pi over 2. So period was pi over 2. So we're on the right track. So now take that period times 1/4, and you get pi over 8, and pi over 8 is the distance between each major point. So start at negative pi over 4 and add pi over 8 4 times. So we're starting at negative pi over 4. I'm going to put all the axes points in blue, and we're going to add pi over 8 4 times to it. Two, 3, 4, good. Alright, at that point, if I add that, the common denominator is pi over 8, so this would be negative 2 pi over 8 plus pi over 8 is negative pi over 8. And then that would give me 0, and then that would give me pi over 8. And then finally, we would have, hopefully, our pi over 4. In this case, it would be 2 pi over 8 plus, this is supposed to be an 8. So it'd be 2 pi over 8, which simplifies down into pi over 4. Okay. So let's start out by graphing it normal. Let's see, where do I have some space? I guess I can just squeeze it in right there. Draw your axes, label your points. So we started at negative pi over 4, negative pi over 8, then we had 0, then we had pi over 8, and we had pi over 4. Now, I'm going to do the normal graph in orange, and then I'm going to move it up and do the final answer in red. So the normal graph, because it's a negative in front of the sign, amplitude was 2. For sine, you start on the axis either way. But instead of going up to a peak, because it's negative, we go down to the very bottom, amplitude, then back to the axis, then back to a peak, then that. That's the reflection you're going to see. So that's one fundamental cycle. If we were to look between 0 and 2 pi, we would see 4 of these things between 0 and 2 pi. So now we got to do the plus 3. What does a plus 3 do to it? It's going to move it all up 3 units. So the amplitude was -2, the minimum amplitude. So if I move it up 3 units, we're going to be at 1 now. And then this plus 3 gives me a 5. And my axis that was at 0 is going to be at 3. So if that's 2, this is going to be 3. And we would have basically the same graph. So it would go here, then to the minimum, which is 1, then back to the middle of 3, then to the oops, that one should have been at 0, sorry. Or no, that one should be right here. And then maybe I'll do that in green. That way it stands out a little bit more. So back axis, bottom, axis, peak, axis. And when I say axis, it's the translated axis. It's been moved up 3 units. So it's at 3. Ooh, things got ugly there. You get the idea, okay? So just practice a few of these, and you got to draw arrows because sine does go on in either direction. And there's your final answer. All right? I hope I've cleared up things for you a little bit. Practice, practice, practice. Thank you and have a nice day.